7 o'clock.
Testing for an Iran nuclear deal.
I think Iran is foolish not to sign one.
Political attack investigation.
4 Minnesota state lawmakers were allegedly targeted.
Doctor plea in Matthew Perry death.
4 counts of distributing ketamine.
Good morning, I'm Steve Kathan. With the CBS World News Roundup, President Trump has warned residents of Tehran to evacuate. He's left the G7 summit early, saying he's working on something much bigger than a ceasefire. Israel issued a similar warning to people in Tehran as it widened its attacks in Iran. Here's CBS's Deborah Paddock.
Thousands of Iranians have been trying to evacuate major cities. The human cost of the war is escalating on both sides. Over 200 in Iran and at least 24 in Israel. This morning, Israel said from forth off a barrage of at least 30 missiles from Iran. Most were intercepted, but some hit the affluent area of Herzliya just outside Tel Aviv.
Correspondent Nancy Cordes has more on President Trump's decision to go back to Washington.
Flying home from Canada early this morning, President Trump said he had to get back to monitor Israel's bombardment of Iran, which he suggested could intensify over the next few days. This was supposed to be a 2-day meeting of the minds for the leaders of the world's largest democracies. But towards the end of day one, Trump's press secretary posted this. President Trump had a great day at the G7 and much was accomplished. But because of what's going on in the Middle East, he will be leaving tonight.
And I have to be back early.
Before departing, Trump posted this ominous message, urging everyone to evacuate Tehran.
Now to Minnesota, where prosecutors say other politicians were targeted by the man charged with killing one state lawmaker and wounding another. CBS's Lilia Luciano has the latest.
Prosecutors say 57-year-old Vance Belter carefully planned his Saturday morning attack on not 2, but at least 4 Minnesota Democratic state lawmakers and their families.
He researched his victims and their families.
Authorities allege the suspect, disguised as police and wearing a hyper-realistic mask, started at Senator John Hoffman's home.
When Senator Hoffman attempted to push Belter out, Belter shot him repeatedly.
After fleeing, surveillance video appears to show Belter ringing the doorbell of another lawmaker's home, but they weren't there. At a third politician's house, the suspect was approached by a police officer doing a safety check on the representative. Belter allegedly stayed in his car, disguised as a police vehicle, and left before backup arrived. Shortly after, the suspect made his 4th stop at Representative Melissa Hortman's home in Brooklyn Park. When police, dispatched as a precaution, arrived, the suspect was at the front door and began firing, killing the couple before escaping on foot.
Minnesota Democrat Tina Smith says she confronted Senate colleague Mike Lee, the Republican from Utah, for appearing to mock the attack on social media with images of the suspect and the line, quote, "This is what happens when Marxists don't get their way."
I wanted him to know how much pain that caused me and the other people in my state.
Former New Jersey Senator Bob Menendez is reporting to federal prison today to begin serving an 11-year sentence for accepting bribes of gold and cash and acting as an agent of Egypt. In California, a doctor has agreed to plead guilty to distributing ketamine to Matthew Perry, who died from acute effects of the powerful drug in 2023. CBS's Carter Evans.
Disgraced physician Salvador Placencia has agreed to plead guilty to 4 counts of distributing ketamine. According to a court filing, prosecutors allege Placencia and Dr. Mark Chavez exchanged text messages referring to Perry as a moron while speculating how much he'd be willing to pay for the substance.
4 minutes after the hour.
Well, that's today's news. Today's news. It's 64 degrees in Tracy, California. I didn't hear any good news, did you? I didn't think so. I guess it's all about perspective. The glass is half full. Well, as always, I want to thank you again for coming along with me on these Dash Cam News adventures. You know the drill. Peace, love, and all that. Here be jazz. Bye-bye, everybody.